Hi everyone and welcome to the Sun House. I hope that you are warm. I hope that you are full of light. And even if you aren't, I hope that this episode will bring that to you, my beautiful, beautiful sun babies. On this episode, I am so happy to share that I have a guest, a very special guest of mine. I'll let her introduce herself in a moment. But I also want to ask you to take a deep breath right now with me. One breath in and another breath out. I want you to settle, get comfortable, grab some tea because we are about to unpack, right? I also want to set the scene. I am in Jacobs Bay. It is August 2025 and just one day after Women's Day. And you guys know I was visiting my girlfriend, Wijdan, and she opened her home and introduced me to the wonderful mother of the house and her daughter. And that's who I'm with today. Today, I'm with her mother, who has shown me so much hospitality, so much wisdom, so much grace. We've danced, we've cooked together, and the revelations that she's been giving me in this time, I thought that I would be so selfish, girls. So selfish if I did not share a bit of her light with you guys. And you know, in this house, we do not skimp, we are not stingy. So take a moment, breathe, sit back, grab your mom, grab your aunt, grab your niece, grab your sister, because we are about to talk with the women of all women. Hello, Ma.
Hello.
Welcome to the Sun House.
Thank you for having me.
It is such an honor.
Yes, it's such an honor for me to have you here and to be on your podcast.
Thank you. Please introduce yourself.
So I'm just going to introduce myself as Fierdous.
Okay.
Because that is what I identify with.
Yes.
I want no surnames attached.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I belong to no one.
Yes.
I belong to myself.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I'm Fierdous, the mother of Wijdan,
Yeah.
and the grandmother of Ruhi.
Yeah. But other than that, you're also your own person.
I'm my own person.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
So no surnames?
No surnames. Yeah. And that's such a powerful thing because when we get married, we're taught that the first change is to change our surname.
Yeah.
Because you're a completely new person.
Yes. Or you belong to someone else.
Or you belong to someone else.
Yeah.
But it is so empowering to see an older wise woman be herself.
Yes.
Wow. I love that. So we're in Women's Day 2025. You've experienced many Women's Days.
Yes.
And I want to talk about what you think about this Women's Day. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about the world for women right now?
I think for the first time I understand Women's Day. Mm-hmm. And I mean, at the ripe old age of 52, I'll be 52 this year.
Golden age.
Yes. And I see the woman empowering different. I see the world different to what I used to.
Yeah.
And for me, this Women's Day you coming here, right, was such a perfect time for you to come here.
Oh.
Because my journey's been all about empowering women and not empowering them in the physical aspect of the jobs and the careers but just the spirituality.
Yes.
Understanding that I want to pave the way forward for the younger generation to step into their power sooner than what I did.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So understanding that everything comes from with us, that we are the divine. We are the divine feminine.
Yes.
And we create. We're the creators.
Yeah.
And that is what Women's Day means for me this year, because for the first time I understand my power. And I understand I have a relationship with my God.
Yeah.
And my God has given me that power.
So you're talking about the divine feminine.
Yes.
But a lot of women don't understand exactly what you're talking about.
Really?
it's not a common term as
Yes.
well. I also refer to myself as a divine feminine, and I know it's different for specific people,
Yeah.
but there is like an archetypical, like a standard
Yes.
definition for that. But can you speak about what being a divine feminine means to you?
A divine feminine means to me that I've realized that I'm not in separation of God,
Yes.
and that God flows within me and through me. And God is the divine.
Yes.
And I'm a feminine.
Yes.
And that's why I'm the divine feminine. Because I feel God within me.
Yes.
And not outside of me anymore.
Yes.
I don't look for a man in the sky. I feel God flowing through me
Yes.
daily.
Yeah.
And that's why I am divine.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
For me, being a divine feminine is exactly what you spoke about.
Yeah.
It's also about me stepping into my power, but also sitting down in my power.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Attracting things, knowing that I deserve to be taken care of.
Yes.
For so long in my life, I've been raised to be an independent woman,
Yes.
working, doing all of these
Yeah.
things. And I want to be a mom, I want to be a
Yes.
wife.
Yes.
But, you know, my career right now is the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
But when I think about what being a divine feminine is, and it's something that is only a recent revelation for myself, it's about showing up as my most authentic self.
Yes.
You know, moving like a divine feminine,
Yes.
cooking like a divine feminine.
Yes.
Like you said earlier, being a
Feminine. A feminist.
creator.
A creator.
And yes, being a divine feminine is a feminist.
Yes. But not in the feminist as you hate men.
Yeah.
There's different, and you want to take men's jobs.
Yeah.
There's a total difference between
Yeah.
being a feminist
Yeah.
in this 3D world,
Yeah.
in this, like wanting to do the job, wanting to get the
100%.
pay, being a divine feminine is understand that the male was created for you.
Okay.
And once you come into union with your divine masculine, it's such a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Because we hold the power. We are the creators.
Yes.
We have the creative energy. That's why we give birth to children.
Yeah.
So the way that we create children, we need to create our lives as well.
Yeah.
And our husbands, the divine males, is there to bring in the bacon.
Girl, that's scary. That is scary.
He's there to satisfy you.
Yes.
He's there to pander to your needs.
Yes. I don't want to lie. I grew up with women who worked.
Yes.
Even though men were like making money and bringing it home, my grandmother was working, my aunt was working, my mom was working. And this new concept, like we're seeing people like Norris Smith.
Yes.
Reintroducing, because that's always existed, like
Yeah.
that homestead traditional
Yes.
wife archetype. It was such a shake to my system.
Yes.
I've been raised to work,
Yeah.
but I've also been taught by my culture and by the women in my life to be a good wife.
Yes.
And it seems
You
impossible.
can't. It's not possible. I mean, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've worked since the age of, I finished college at the age of 20, 21, I think.
Yeah.
And I married after that.
You married at 22?
I married at 22.
Do you know when I was at 22?
I know.
I was having popcorn for supper. I did not. I can't imagine what it was like being married at 22 and building a house.
Yeah.
Starting a home, having a husband. I can't even imagine living with a man right now.
Yeah.
Like, why are you here in my space? I don't want to cook
But
for
you
you.
know what? It's good that you are where you are, because I feel now at 22, I wasn't able to manifest my life.
Yes.
I wasn't in the headspace to know how to run my household. And that's why young girls shouldn't get women. That's not my opinion.
Okay.
I'm not saying they shouldn't, because all people are different and
Yes.
their age are different and their wisdom comes different.
Yes.
I wasn't at the place in my life where I know what I know now. Because if I had to know this at the age of 22, and that's why I'm so glad for you girls, because
Yeah.
you are only in your 20s now,
Yes.
mid 20s, early
Yes.
20s. So you have a whole lifetime to create your lives instead of
Yes.
breaking it at the age of 40.
Mm.
So I was also in that where I work. I have to help my husband.
Yes.
And
a lot of women are in that
yes.
position.
And that's why I couldn't create.
Wow.
I physically created
Yes.
and earning money and worked late and worked full time and worked 7 days a week
Yes.
and come home and cook and clean. And where did it leave the time for me to manifest? Where did it leave the time for me to sit with myself, to understand what I want? I just wanted, because my family need to be happy, the children need to eat, my husband need to be fed, my husband need to be this. Do you get what I'm saying? I didn't have time for myself.
Yes.
And I neglected myself. And on a Friday evening, and this is probably so thingy, like on a Friday evening when my husband is telling me, oh, it's weekend now, I want to watch a movie, and then I'm snoring next to him.
You're resting, you're tired.
Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I couldn't even give him his time. And he felt neglected. But yet he put me in that position.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
That because I didn't get help with the kids, I didn't get help with cooking, I didn't get
100%.
help with cleaning,
Yes.
I didn't get help with anything.
Yeah.
I literally had to just between home and work, and I always knew that I didn't want to work. I didn't want to be that woman.
You're so like confident when you're saying that. Because for me, I still have a shame-based, I'm still in two minds about it. I'm
Yeah.
in a great industry that I love.
Yes.
And I am a creative and I want to have a creative outlet.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I need to look at the physical and like it's not realistic to not want to get married. The economy is not good.
Yes.
For most households to thrive, you need two incomes.
But you see, these where it goes wrong, because they're putting fear in you. You need to work. The economy is not right. You need to earn money. You need to help your husband in order to have this fancy life. But we had something and I never understood it. But I knew. I always told my husband, you know what? A woman's place is at home. She needs to sit on a musala and make dua. And now I say it as manifest, because I didn't know what it was, but I had a feeling that I wasn't supposed to work out, because God put that blessings into, even if it's one paycheck.
Yeah.
If the wife is at peace,
Yes.
and she create her life, she orchestrate.
Yes.
Like if you like a business plan.
Yeah.
She said, this is what I want to happen, this is what I want to happen. But if she's in her divine feminine energy and sits and speak to God, because God gives us exactly what we want.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So she can say, my husband must earn $1 million. I can guarantee you her husband's going to earn. She don't need to go out and work to get that $1 million, because her husband will earn that $1 million.
I feel like that is a powerful statement.
Yes.
And now you're talking about manifesting a husband that can give you the lifestyle you want.
Yes.
As long as you trust for that, and have faith that that lifestyle will come to you.
Yes.
It still seems unrealistic.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I have manifested this life.
Yes, and you're living a good life,
I'm
girl.
living a good life.
I love it. You're a queen.
Yes. I couldn't do it for my husband, but I did it for my daughter.
Yes.
I'm not working.
Yeah.
But I manifest my daughter a certain way. I always knew that she had something special about her. I always knew that she attract good, that she have good rizq. I don't know how to explain what
You
is
don't have to.
blessings.
Blessings.
Right? She has
favor.
favors from God. I always knew that, because from a young age she traveled, from the
Yeah.
age of 7 years old. Money that didn't come from me. I couldn't afford it at that time,
Yeah.
but she traveled. She always went to places, even if it was with a neighbor, with a family friend, or with whoever. She always experienced good experience, and that's why I knew that was her blessings from God. we couldn't afford it at a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But yet she experienced it, and I looked at her, and that was also, you see, she became what I thought of her. And that's why today she still have good razik.
Yes.
That she could tell me, I don't want you to work anymore.
Yeah.
Just take.
Wow.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's all, I didn't do that with physical. I did that with my mind.
Yeah.
What I thought of my children, that is how they became. That is what people always used to say, don't speak bad over your children.
Yes.
Don't curse them. Don't swear at them.
Yes.
And I truly believe that. I never swore at them. I never cursed them. I never said they were. I always said I raised good people. And today, I can see they are good people. Do you get what I'm saying?
That is so powerful. Speaking about, being a mother, and that's one of my highest callings. I think I don't have like a husband or a child now, but I just know that I'm going to be a mom.
Yes.
And I did not grow up in that environment. I didn't have parents who were always speaking good on me. Like my father tried, he would, but like if we were around my stepmom, he would like have like a completely different conversation. Like he would.
Sorry, can I just cut you there?
Go ahead.
You don't know his heart.
Yeah.
You don't know his heart. Because people can say words and they don't mean it within.
I hear what you're
He
saying.
could have just to keep the peace with his wife, whatever, but he
Yeah.
knew in his heart of hearts that my child is a good person. That's why you turned out the way you turned out.
Thank you. That's so true, but it doesn't make the fact that I heard those negative things about me, whether it was from him or his wife or anyone that they let speak to me, however. So, like now I'm in a great place where I've unpacked and I've healed and I've separated my childhood from my value right now.
Yeah.
But it's hard to overcome that when you're a child.
Yes.
When someone speaks death over you, oh, you're lazy, oh, you're clumsy, you're always dropping things, oh, you'll never make it in the real world if you act like that. And it messes you up as an adult. And one of the things that I'm so dedicated to, and it starts with me, like I'm so intentional about how I speak over my life.
Yes.
Even jokingly.
Yes.
I'm very intentional to not speak death over myself.
Yes.
And I'm doing it, practicing it with myself, practicing it with my sister.
Yeah.
Practicing with my work, because I know that by the time my children come, they need to only hear divine, good, wholesome words and messaging from me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I find that a lot of men my age are not on the healing journey and on the divine journey that I'm on. First of all, it's hard to find men who are religious, number one.
Yes.
Two, like I feel like men my age are playing around, they're having fun. Like they are living their best lives with no thought of the future. The way I am, I'm always like thinking about the future, always in manifestation mode, whether it's for my career or for my family or just for myself. I'm always thinking about the future, and men my age I've not witnessed them do that a lot.
See, but that's your block.
Yeah.
That's your block, because you look at them and you don't think that they are that. That they're that.
But Mama, they have a lack mindset.
No, you're saying it. You're saying it. So you must understand, in order to attract your divine masculine, you need to be fully in your divine feminine, and also believing that you will attract that divine masculine. You can't have something, oh, but men are just childish. Oh, men, then they're going to be childish. Then you're going to attract. You need to, like, I tell myself now that my man is more spiritual than me.
That's what I want, girl.
Yes. He leads me in spirituality.
Yeah.
So even if you how can I say it? It's almost like I told you guys earlier, and I couldn't get to it. But when you focus on the negative, that is what's going to manifest.
Yeah.
And that is why we shouldn't speak so much about the negative. Oh, like men don't understand, men are heartless, men are do you get what I'm saying? And don't say what you don't want.
Yeah.
Because that's also a manifestation. because you believe this is what I don't want, and God gives you more of what you manifest. So that's a feeling that you have.
Yeah.
So instead of focusing on what you don't want, focus on what you want, because either way is manifestations.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you're gonna feel and say so, oh, men are childish, men are not spiritually awakened,
cheating.
men are cheaters, that is what you're gonna manifest.
Yeah.
And even if your 3D doesn't show it, you need to, like, you're romantic. I mean, you look at you the way you speak. You're a man. You're so, like, I can fall in love with you.
Thank you.
You are so. There's just something about you, the way you speak, the way you hold your hands.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that is exactly what you need to do with a man.
Yeah. That's powerful. That is powerful. I get it. Like, maybe we do focus so much on the negative and
Yes.
speak the negative, and also fear the negative
Yes.
before it hits you. One thing and you also called me out on this when I first arrived, when I was telling you about my issues, girl. I feel like I've self-sabotaged a lot of relationships
Yeah.
that had the potential to be really great
Yeah.
because I was so fearful.
Yes.
And I would speak death over my relationship before it even started.
Yes.
So I'd be like, oh, he's not that attracted to me. Oh, he
Now you
doesn't
see-
love
no,
me.
no.
Oh, he's better for another girl, not me. And he would be better for another girl and not
Yes.
me. And I'm like, exactly. I knew it.
But you manifested it.
And it's hard. It's a
Yes.
challenge. Like, I want my listeners, guys, my son babies, as much as like we're speaking about all of this, and I do want us all, I'm also on a journey.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking down on you, and I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I thought it was so important for you to hear Ma's completely different take on these things, because really, if we do feel empowered as divine feminines and understand our power, do you realize how magnificent you are?
Yes.
The God that created you created the sun, the stars, Jupiter, Mars, Pluto. And I'm trying to get us to get to that level so that we can speak life into our relationships and into our homes.
Yes.
It's a challenge, guys. Like, you hear me breathing so hard. It's a challenge. I'm learning in this moment because it's hard to stop acting in the flesh.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
And you're not going to get it right immediately. And I mean, I've been on this journey now for, I think, since my divorce. Right? And I think I'm in a, well, I think. I need to stop saying I think.
Same.
I know.
No.
Son
babies, you know.
Yes, I've come a far way. And it
Yes.
hasn't been easy. It's not overnight. I mean, it took me 4 years to get to where I am today.
Wow.
But consistency and catching your thoughts.
Yes.
And that's the only way you're going to do it. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yes.
But catching your thoughts and say, because you're redirecting and you're reprogramming your mind.
Yes.
You're reprogramming your mind from a fear-based environment.
Yes.
And do you get what I'm saying?
No,
to
I
being
hear
more
you.
positive.
Yes.
And you need to be patient
With myself.
with yourself.
Look, not even just with myself, but with him as well.
Yes.
Because there's not a guy in my life, guys. I would let you know if there was. We're speaking for him who is coming. One thing I've noticed about myself is, and I've had a man tell me this, like, listen, this is our relationship. This is not your job.
Yes.
Don't come here with your English and your psychology and your degree.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how you feel and what is happening right now between the two of us.
Yes.
And that really shook me.
Yeah.
And I had the privilege of experiencing a very gentle man. Like, he's very firm.
Yes.
And at work, he's very firm.
Yes.
I've seen him talk to his subordinates, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
he's scaring me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, sweet to me. And
Yes.
I'm like, But, like, one thing, because he was so gentle with me, it made me realize, it held up a mirror to my negative my past negative
Yeah.
behavior, which was I would be so aggressive with men.
Yeah.
If he messed up, like, okay, don't you dare start with me. I am not the one. You know, like kind of like making a scene, because I felt like in that moment, if he was messing up, I had to protect myself. I would
Yeah.
go into protective mode because I've never been protected.
Yes.
Especially by a man. My father didn't protect me.
Yeah.
And I've experienced assault. I've experienced violence. I was almost kidnapped as a 16-year-old
Really?
girl. That was so wild.
Oh
but
my
that's for a
God.
story
Do
for
another
another day. But like, I've never felt safe.
Yeah.
And
That's sad.
it really is. And I'm also on a journey, like understanding that it's not going to take a man to make me feel safe. I need to learn how to feel safe by myself.
Yes.
But at the same time, opening room for a man to come into my life and be
Yeah.
a protector,
Yes.
as he is divinely ordained to be
Yes.
by God. But like I would notice that like I would just snap at him. Like I would just be like, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Don't mess with me.
Yeah.
And obviously that also puts him in an aggressive state of mind. And I've never been in an abusive relationship. I will never lie. I've never been in an abusive relationship. And but what I've learned is that in my time of healing and reflecting is that in this particular moment when I lost it, I should have done it another way.
Yeah.
I should have spoken to him differently.
Yeah.
And I'm learning now how to be more patient.
Yes.
And how to express that you've hurt me.
Yeah.
Because the mistake I would make is he would hurt me and I would express it as anger.
Yeah.
But anger is just a little bit of what I
Yes.
actually feel. What I'm
Yes.
actually feeling is I'm feeling hurt.
Yeah.
I feel unsafe.
Yes.
I feel humiliated. I feel embarrassed. You're embarrassing me.
Yes.
And now that I've kind of adapted that means of communication, I'm seeing a completely different response from men.
Yes.
And he's more apologetic and
Yeah.
he's more willing to listen.
Yes.
And it's not to say all the men are like that, and that like when we react a certain way, you know, that it's our fault that men do things. It's not that at all. It's just like understanding that when I'm fully in my divine feminine, how to communicate with him better.
But what can I also just add to that is that you need to kind of prep yourself before approaching a situation. You need to understand that he is going to listen to me. You don't have to tell him that. But you need to tell yourself, I've got something to say and he's going to listen to me, and he will listen to you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And stand in your power with you. That the power lies with me.
100%.
And he hurt me, and he's not, because normally we think, I mean, I don't want to name names, but I used to be like that. When I say something, I already tell myself, you know what, it's not going to resonate with him. He's not going to listen to me. He's not going to, and so he didn't. But now that I know, you know what, before I attempt anything, I prepare myself.
Yes.
I prepare myself saying that, you know what, I have something to say. I need him to hear me.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit him down and he will listen to me and he will understand what I say.
100%.
And then you speak.
Yeah.
That is the power that we hold as women. We don't have to shout and scream. And sometimes I believe fully now at this age that I only work in my spiritual life.
Yes.
I sit down, I meditate, and this is what I want, and that is how I want it, and things happen the way I want it. I don't feel that there's anything in the physical reality that I can actually do.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
sometimes it's necessary
Yes.
for you, not for them, for you to express yourself.
Yes.
To let out that.
No, 100%. I just know now. And now, guys, you know how I am, guys, my son babies. I am about expression. I'm about vulnerability. I'm about talking things out.
Yes.
It's just the approach that needs to change.
Yes.
And
the beliefs from within you. that needs to change.
100% of the belief within me needs to change, and
Yes.
that's the journey I'm on. Otherwise, he will hear what I have to say, girl.
Yes, of course.
He will hear what I have to say, and I have to say a
If
lot.
you want to
Yeah.
hype yourself up,
Yeah.
that's how you do it.
Yes.
Prep yourself first.
Yeah. I've also learned, as I leaned more into my divine feminine, how to help him express himself.
Yes.
I noticed that when I would speak to men about an issue,
Yeah.
and maybe it's not an issue that has anything to do with me, maybe he had a hard day at work.
Yes.
And it's like, instead of coming home and being like, I'm feeling some way, he would just like act out.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to talk, doesn't want to hang
Yeah.
out. And then I immediately now go into my little girl moody, because like, if you're gonna treat me like this, then I'm gonna treat you like that, and I'm gonna show you that I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest girl, don't mess with me.
Yeah.
But then I learned also how to ask him, what's going on?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
No.
Let him feel heard.
Let him feel heard.
Yes.
Like, and he'll say, I had a terrible day at work.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yes.
I'm here to listen.
Yes.
And even that conversation, like asking him, and what I noticed when I started doing this was that men know to tell you about the situation. They don't know how to tell you how they feel.
Yes.
So I'm like, why are you acting like this? Because I had a hard day at work.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
Or I'd be like, how do you feel? And then he said, no, somebody did this and I did that. And I'm like, but I'm asking you how
do
you
you
feel.
feel?
How
And
you
men
feel?
don't
They
know.
don't know. Like, it's like, are you feeling sad? Are you feeling hurt?
Yeah.
Do you feel angry?
Yeah.
Do you feel all of those things at once? Because it is easy. You can't. Do you feel anxious?
Yes.
Because you can't feel all of those things at once. And men, I find some of them don't know that they can feel all of these complex emotions and don't know how to express it.
Yes.
And I think as the divine feminine, as much as he has to come into your life and be the protector and provider, like he also needs, he needs nurturing.
Yes. Yes. And that's what it is. You know, and with the whole feminism thing, and I'm all for feminism.
Yeah, we're both feminists in this house.
But it's about acts of love. If you make a plate for your husband, it's not because you're serving him.
Yes.
And he's above you.
Yeah.
It's because it's an act of love. You know, they say a marriage is 50-50. A marriage can never be 50-50. Somebody said that. It's not my words, I'm just repeating it. But I found it so profound. Because a marriage cannot be 50-50. A marriage is 100% shared.
Yes.
So if I feel 80, I must be able to, and my husband feel 20, I must be able to tell him, okay, you're 20 today, I'll pick up the 80.
Yo, that is so deep.
And vice versa. Give each other the space to feel what they need to feel in times when they need to feel it.
Yes.
And that is what a marriage is about. If I don't feel today that I can get up and make a cup of coffee for my husband, he needs to understand and make me a cup of coffee.
This is hard now. This is hard because that is a very powerful point that you've made. I think right now, as a woman who's 25 in 2024,
Yes.
I grew up with women who did everything for their husbands.
Yeah.
Whether they felt like it or not.
I was one of those women.
Tell us about it, girl.
I was one of those women. And today I sit back and I think, I was abused. I never felt abused, to be honest, when I was in it.
Yes.
But that was abuse. Because he wanted to save money on electricity so that we couldn't switch. This is just one example.
Yes.
So we had to switch the geyser on and off. But now it was upon me to switch on the geyser at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Gosh.
So that he can shower at 4 o'clock.
Oh my God.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh my
So
God.
now I go sleep at 10 because that is when my
Day ends.
day ends after doing the dishes, singing to the kids,
And
whatever,
working.
whatever, right? So I wake up at 2 o'clock, put the geese, switch the geese on. I get back into bed, but I'm not really sleeping because my sleep has been disturbed.
Yes.
The alarm goes off at 4 o'clock, then I wake up. At 4 o'clock, I wake him up at 4:30, whatever. Then I get his clothes ready, I get breakfast ready, I do everything for him.
Yo,
He
girl.
gets into the shower, he comes out because he's had some problems with his feet. Then I rub his feet out for him with aqua cream,
Yeah.
and put his socks on, and all of that.
And it's not like I wouldn't want to rub my husband's feet.
No.
But I'm like tired, dude.
Yes.
I want my feet rubbed.
Yes, and I did all of that. And then I get ready for work. He goes out, he gets into the car, he goes out, and he goes to work. I, on the other hand, must take a taxi or a train or whatever.
What?
Yes.
What?
Oh, yes.
Hi, girl.
Yes.
That is oppression.
That is oppression.
Yo. How does he justify it?
Well, we worked of different areas,
Yeah.
but I couldn't drive, so that's his justification, maybe also. But anyway, I then go to work, and then I come back tonight. He's at home at 3 o'clock already. 4:30, 3 o'clock, he's already at home. I come home here about 7 o'clock, and then I still come cook, and I start my day, my home routine, see that the kids are ready, whatever. Sometimes, periods of times, he didn't even work.
But you still have
and
to
I
do
still-
all of those
I
things.
still had to do all of these things, and I was okay with it. For me, it was just normal. It was just
But it is normal because
Normal.
it's not normal, but
It's not-
it
yes.
is normal because what you're describing now is
a lot of women.
a lot of women. Those are the women we grew up
Yes,
watching.
yes.
And like a lot of people don't understand why so many women don't want to get married.
Yes.
But it's like maybe we didn't say anything at the time or we couldn't do anything, but we watched our mothers suffer. And you're looking to this woman that you love and you respect so much, and you're like, I don't want to be like you when it comes to your marriage.
Yes.
I want to grow up and be as beautiful as you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I want your light, but like your marriage is not what I aspire to.
But you know what?
And then we shut down all
yeah.
aspects of like any type of like marriage, or we're hyper hyper anxious about it.
Yes.
Because remember, as the daughters, we grew up in that home, but the sons also did too, so that's their expectation.
Yes.
They look at you guys and they're like, wow,
Yeah,
mommy, like
yes, and then they go tell their wives, my mother used to do X, Y, and Z. So
Yes.
we gave them something to compare, and not in a beautiful way. It's in a negative way. And I look at my daughter and I think to myself, I did this because now that she's so anti-men, and I don't want it to be that way, because I do feel that you can find beauty within men, and
yes.
a lot of men. It doesn't have to be that way. And I understand also now, and that is why I can't really blame him. I don't. I did in the beginning, but now I don't. Now that I've gone through my spiritual awakening and my inner child healing, I realize, he just acted out what I felt inside. He acted out because I felt that he deserved to be taken care of. And so I took care of him.
but you didn't deserve
But
to
I
be
didn't deserve, because that's not what I know. I looked at my father used to work 7 days a week to
Yeah.
provide for his family.
Yeah.
And I was literally the woman version of my father, if you look at it.
Yes.
I'm just
Most women are in their masculine energy
Yes.
right now.
And what did I want to say?
Sorry.
Yeah, so I made him the way he was because I allowed him to treat me that way. I didn't stand up for myself
Yeah.
and say, no, I'm the woman, I deserve X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
I'm the woman, I needed. I believe it's almost like, if he buys a pair of shoes of 700 rand, I could justify it, and then I would go to Edgar's
Yeah.
or Ackermans and buy me a pair of boots of 150 rand. I could never justify me buying a pair of shoes for 7 or 1,200 rand.
It's so powerful that you could say that, because I made a video on TikTok about this, about how it's Women's Day, but I feel like I don't have anything to celebrate.
Yes.
Because I'm always working, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm empowered as a woman. I'm so grateful for feminism.
Yes.
I'm grateful that I can have a job and I
Yes.
can have my own car and all of these things.
Yes.
But it really doesn't feel right. I'm tired. Like, I don't feel
Yes.
like, I also, like, when I was coming on vacation, when I was spending money on myself on my birthday, I had so much guilt
Yeah.
about spending that money,
Yes.
even though I earned it.
Yes.
Because subconsciously, what I didn't realize is that, like you're just saying, I don't think I deserve.
You think you're selfish if you put yourself first.
Yes.
But they don't think that way.
No, they don't. They don't think
They
that
don't
way.
think that way. You feel selfish if you take a. You know why I bath so much?
Yeah.
Because I thought to myself, if I'm too long in the bathroom, that was also an issue. What are you doing
Yes.
too long in the bathroom? We need you
Yes.
out. So even that hot bath, laying in there maybe for 20 minutes or whatever, was something that I didn't feel I deserved.
Yes. Yes.
Time for myself.
I've never seen my grandmother on vacation. I've never seen my
And
aunt
even
on
if
vacation.
she go on vacation, she's still cooking and cleaning.
She's working. She's looking after us, the kids,
isn't
and
it?
her husband.
Yes.
Yes.
So what vacation is that?
Yeah. As much as I aspire to marriage and I can't wait to have children, I'm valuing this time I have
Yeah.
of singleness and of being by myself.
But this is my point. This is why I speak up. Because I'm here to tell you, it doesn't need to be that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be that way, and it all came from us. Us as women, we need to step into that. We need to take that responsibility to teach our younger generation, like you girls,
Yes.
that we created these monsters.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We literally created these monsters up here. Because we are not them. We are the ones that told us we're not worthy, we shouldn't, we by what we also seen our parents did. Our mothers and our fathers and our grandmothers and our, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We came from generations where I used to say, and now I don't say it anymore that much because I've healed, but I used to say that the older generation, I'm talking about our grandparents and our parents, were shit. They were shit because of the things that they did.
Yes.
But I've forgiven them for it.
Same. I also have.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because they also just they had to do with what they knew.
Yes.
What was taught to them.
What was taught to them.
They didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And our generation can make up for it because we were in between. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now we hand it over to you guys, and you guys are younger.
Yeah.
And instead of, like, I came to 40, I was almost 50 when I got divorced. And like I told you, a woman over 40 step into her power.
Yes.
Now she breaks
The marriage.
the marriage because I'm not going to take that anymore.
Yes.
She steps into her power. She finds her voice.
Yes.
She starts believing in herself.
Yes.
She don't want to take this oppression anymore. But it doesn't have to be that way. If we teach our younger generation, there would be nothing to break.
Yes.
There would be nothing to step into power.
Because if
Because
I
you
take
already in your
my power before I even
and
got
you've-
married,
and
yes.
you've taken your divine masculine along with you.
Now that's hard. No, it's
Yeah.
not hard. It'll be easier.
No.
It'll be easy. But, like, that is so profound for you to
Yes.
say. And to kind of end things off, I want to ask you, what is the ideal marriage dynamic that you see for us as your daughters? Son babies, you better listen. Grab a notepad, grab a pen, grab something, open your notes app, child. You better listen when this woman speaks.
You know, I am so happy and I'm so grateful that you guys are and this is what it needs to start with before you call in your divine masculine. Then you don't have to do the hard work.
Okay.
So you step into your power. We teach our young girls to step into their power.
Yes.
To embody the divine feminine.
Yes.
And then they call in the divine masculine. Then there's no work to be done. There will be no trust issues. There will be no I'm power struggles.
Yes.
Because the divine feminine will know her power. She will know that a man is faithful towards her.
Yes.
Because the divine feminine can only have a faithful and
divine
honest
masculine.
and tender and kind and beautiful divine masculine. So for me, a perfect relationship would be do the work on your own.
Yes.
Teach our children on our young women and then call in the divine masculine.
Yeah, that is so profound.
And then you'll see the beauty. I can't even describe it for you, but it will just be because you will be healed.
Yes.
You will be in love. You will radiate with love. And in the divine feminine state, in her true divine feminine state, there is no place for toxicity.
Yes.
It cannot live there.
Yes.
So that is my perfect relationship. Not to get married, not to marry our young girls off, but to educate them.
Yes.
To educate them in their spirituality.
Yes.
And to educate them to step into their power as divine feminine.
Yo.
That's what I...
Thank you so much for coming onto my show. Thank you for speaking to my beautiful son babies, guys. Please show Mama some love in the comments. Also, if you follow Wishdon, you'll get to see more of her wisdom. But this is not the last time you're coming onto it. Because the moment I come into union with my divine masculine...
Oh my God!
I have to call you and we have to kiki over some cake and tea about this, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I had such an amazing time with you.
Thank you for having me. I hope that I was...
Yes.
Yeah, I just shared what I feel.
Yes.
And if it resonates, it resonates.
Yes. Don't take it if it doesn't, but it will.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Thank you, guys. Okay, my beautiful sun baby. As divine feminines, I'm wishing you guys all the best. And I want to take some time to do our final affirmations. Mama, will you join us with our affirmations? For our affirmations today, I am activating and I am affirming the divine feminine that lives within all of us. The first one is I am a powerful, confident woman. Let's say that together. I am a powerful, confident woman. My femininity is my strength.
My femininity
is my strength. I love being me. I love being me. And lastly, my intuition is my superpower. My intuition is my superpower. Yes! Yes, girls. So you know what it is, ladies. Do some more research on the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I will be doing more episodes on this. So if you are still a little bit unsure, do some research. I will give you guys some resources to learn more about this because I'm so ready to step into the future with so many more activated divine feminines so that we can all come into union and create a new generation of healed, creative children. So yeah, guys, see you next time. I love you so much. Bye.
Bye.
That was